Coming to you today from Francis Field in St. Louis, Missouri at Washington University, here with Kyle the Hammer Hanner. If you haven't watched Kyle's videos, make sure you check them out right now in the description below. So today we are going to run a mile. Kyle's a pretty good runner. Tell us, what is your best mile time?
Best miles around 5:16. So
okay.
Nothing too great, but might be able to pace you decent.
Okay, sounds good. So we're going to run a mile here, and we're going to have a good time. So today, coming to you from Chesterfield, just outside of St. Louis, Missouri, and I'm here with a legend in the local running community, Dr. Jim Schmuck. Dr. Schmuck was my cross-country and track coach during my time in high school. He is, among athletics here in St. Louis, a big deal. So you were an athlete at McClure High School, and you were also a coach at McClure North High School, as well as Parkway South High School, which is where I went. So I guess first I'm interested in talking about your career as a runner. What were some of your biggest accomplishments? What were your specialties? You did track and cross country?
Actually, when I was in high school, I ran track, but I played football.
Okay.
And so I played football in the fall. I ran track in the spring. My older brother, ran track when he was in high school, and it got me interested. And so when I got into junior high school, I ran track there, and I was primarily an 880-yard competitor. And then when I got into the high school, I ran the 2-mile relay. I ran the open what we would call the 800 now,
yeah.
The 880 then, and I ran on the mile relay team. And so I ran all of those events pretty much throughout my high school career, and I was a part of a conference championship in the 2-mile relay, part of the district championship, and ultimately we finished second in state in the 2-mile relay.
So what were some of your personal bests?
My personal best in high school was 158.
That's good.
I enjoyed running in high school. I enjoyed the competition of it. We had 100 track athletes at McClure High School. We were a very large high school at that time. Then I went to Westminster, and we only had like 500 students in the whole school. And so we had 10 or 11 or 12 guys on the track team.
So MCAU, Missouri
College Athletic
Union. So you were specializing 800, 400, and 800 while you were there?
Yes.
Okay. And let's jump forward to post-college career. Did you immediately go from Westminster to being a teacher and a coach at McClure North?
Yes, actually, McClure North was my first job in teaching, and it was in its second year. It had been built from sometime around 1971 or so. It opened up in the fall of 71. I came in the fall of 72. So for the first 2 years there, I was the head cross-country coach, and I volunteered to be an assistant track coach. And then in my last 2 years there, I was head cross-country coach, and they had drafted me to be a basketball coach. And so I was an assistant basketball coach my last 2 years. I worked through C. Lowry, who was the coach at Pattonville, and Fred Lyon, who was the coach at
that's it. Yeah, Fred Lyon. That's another big name and
famous.
Yes.
Famous. And so Fred helped me get my foot in the door in Parkway, and so I was hired as an English teacher and as the head cross country and head track coach at Parkway South.
So you were there when Parkway South was just a brand new school.
Correct.
76 was when we got incorporated. Take me through some of your accomplishments as while you were coaching at Parkway South. You had a couple of cross-country state champions. So we had Ben Braymeyer and Adam McDowell.
Correct.
And what years were the best teams with you today?
Well, first of all, we built the program up. Our goal was to make cross country the kind of program like everything else. Early on, we had 7 people in cross country when I first came, which was stunning in a bad way.
It'd be good odds to make varsity if I were on that
That's
team.
right. That's right. But ultimately, our goal was to grow the program, and we averaged 50 boys in the program through the last 15 years while I was there. And then, and at one year, we had actually gotten it to 70 boys. And the great thing about that was it gave you a chance to do things right. You had a lot of young people who were doing a lot of good things, and as a result, the byproduct was we had a lot of winning that went on at that time. The last 15 years at South, we went to the state meet every year.
That's right.
We finished practically anywhere on the spectrum. Somewhere in there, I'd have to look. 94, 95, we were second in the state.
Like there was like monsoon that day,
Absolutely,
right? Yeah.
absolutely. And we had switched to really long spikes, which gave us an advantage in the sense that the spikes were able to get into the mushiness of the track, of the surface on the golf course. And things went really well for us. So the cross country program really stabilized itself in the early 80s with Greg Fisher and Randy Bell and other figures like that. And so from that point on, we were a consistent conference champion. From 1979 until 2005, we won 22 conference championships.
It's 22 of a possible 27.
Right.
That's pretty good. All right, so that's it for this mile. I got about 5:43.
It goes around 6:30.
Okay, 6:30. Yeah, it's good. Special thanks to Kyle for coming along for the ride. And now I'm going to head over to Jeff City and eat some pizza, I think. So I'm back in Missouri today. I've journeyed over to the capital of Missouri, Jefferson City, and I'm here at West Main Pizza to try their 26-inch pizza challenge. It looks pretty good. It smells really great. And I brought my secret weapon today. This is Ott's wing sauce. As far as I know, you can only get this in Missouri. It is very tasty, so I might be pouring a bit of this on the pizza. But I'm very excited about it, and there's a little bit of a jackpot to be won. About $150 if I'm able to beat it. So I'm hoping that I am successful at getting that. But we'll see how it shakes out. I got a full hour, so let's do this. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Here we go. Thank you. So, specifically about the mile, I guess what was the fastest mile you ever saw an athlete that you coached?
David Carroll was the fastest miler we had. He ran 4:12 in his senior year in a postseason festival.
So during my senior year, you gave me the honorable award, the J. Schmuck Memorial Award for dedication to the sport. Tell me a little bit about the namesake of that game, J. Schmuck.
Jay Shoemate. He went by the nickname of Shoe.
Yeah.
And he was one of the sweetest people you would ever meet. He came to us, and he was a little spindly, kind of tiny freshman, and he came out for track as a freshman. And when he came out, he turned in his physical card and everything, and said, "You know, I have heart problems." Well, it's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And so it turned out that was an exaggeration.
Okay.
That when he ran hard, his heart hurt. He loved the sport, and he was there every day, and he was enthusiastic every day. and he wanted to do anything he could. Shu was the nicest person in the world, and the sad part of that is, about 15 years after Shu graduated, he went to college and went into various businesses, I suppose, but he called me one evening out of the blue and said, Coach, I just wanted to talk to you. And he said, I love cross country, I love track and field, I love being at Parkway South. I just wanted you to know that I just wanted to let you know how much I appreciated being in your program because, you made me feel good, you made me feel great about it. I also wanted to call and say goodbye because cancer and nothing survives. And so, it's overwhelming. It's even overwhelming now. And there's absolutely nothing you can say to me other than, I love you. You know that we care about you and that you're keeping on your So he did pass away. And so I wanted to memorialize that with an award that we didn't give away every year because we didn't get a Jay Shoemate every year or a Randy Hilton every year. And so we were very selective in that award. So the fact that you got it, you now know the whole story, and you should know that is a very, very significant award to receive.
Yeah, very, very big honor. So I brought you in today because I am hitting a bit of a wall in my training for the mile. I figure we got to bring in the experts. We got to bring in the big guns. I guess my issue is when I started my training, I was 35, 40 pounds heavier. I was running a 6:17 mile, and I'm plateauing in the mid 5:30s. Yeah, and I ran as fast as a 5:07 back when I was 18. And obviously I'm past on climb. I'm almost 31 years old now. So yeah, it is. In your opinion, is the window closed for me, or I don't know? It's a big question. It's hard to.
I don't think it's close to you. I think the way you have to set it up is you need to break it down into the component parts, which you are very good at doing.
Yes.
And early on, as you set up, say, a 10-week profile, you would set up some interval type training either at the 200-meter mark or the 400-meter mark. And in order to kind of set my gauge on the first one, I would warm up, do everything that I normally do in order to run an event, and then I would run that 400th time. Okay? A week later, I would do all those same things, and before I did anything else, and whether I could do anything else after I did that, I would make all those arrangements again, being very careful that you're stretched, and I would run a 200th time. Alright? So now you have those as sort of your baseline, because you're not going to run under 5 unless you can get your 400 time it's somewhere in the vicinity, your strongest 400 time, somewhere in the vicinity of 65 or 64. Okay. You get to that point, then there's your strength is you can do it all day.
Endurance, yes.
You can do it all day. And so what we need to do is set it up so that you need 75 seconds on average.
Yes.
All right. But you're not going to run 75, 75, 75, 75. Because you're not going to. It's conceivable, but you and I as athletes at that point,
it doesn't work that way.
So now you can go through your workouts, and one of those days a week will be interval work. And so you'll run maybe you'll run 8 400s, or you'll run even 12 400s. You'll run 10 200s, not in the same, but 1 week you'll do the 200s, 1 week you'll do the 400s, and, with the idea of bringing those times down over a 4-week period. All right, and then you will leave the 200s for a month, in a sense, and you'll go to 400s and 600s.
Okay.
All right, and so you'll come back to this to kind of sharpen up. But now hopefully you've got enough speed. You've done this for a couple of 2 or 3 weeks. You get a little bit of speed, and now you'll start to work on the endurance with regard to holding that. You're going to want to probably run somewhere in the neighborhood of 68 to 70 for your first quarter, and then allow yourself to rise up near 75 and try and hold that 75 as long as you can during that next half mile in the middle. And then the last quarter, you just got to get home.
Last quarter, go all out, yeah.
And I would suggest that you don't do this, your workouts solo, but I would suggest that when you are attempting to run your mile in sub-5, that you employ some guys who will help you.
Pace setters.
Exactly.
Okay. So, Dr. Schmuck, I really appreciate you taking the time to talk with me today, and I will take your words of wisdom to heart and apply it to my training. And yeah, thanks for being here, and let's see what's next.
We should give him double the pot.
It's hot sauce.
All right, that's the end of that pizza. So that pizza challenge went pretty good. I've traveled about 35 miles north to Columbia, Missouri, which is where I went to grad school. I'm right now at the public library. And that'll do it for this episode. I'll see you next time when I'll run a faster mile.